We're soon going to be celebrating the birthday of the United States. And I wrote an essay that was published on the creation of the American identity. Now, I had a political science teacher who called the American Revolution a popcorn revolution because it didn't, he said it didn't try to make any real systemic changes. It was just a revolution about, they're not getting their rights as Englishmen. Yeah. Considering how far-reaching the American Revolution turned out to be, I believe that the American Revolution was quite a bit more than just a popcorn revolution. I also think that you have to also look at what it meant to the people. And they were men, not people really, but men, because politics in those days was to a large extent a man's thing. What did it mean to them to be denied the rights of Englishmen? The fact that they were separated from England by the pond they were still Englishmen. And as Englishmen, they had to have certain rights. And to be denied those rights just because of a locational difference or a geographical difference was intolerable to males who had been raised as Englishmen. You don't do this to an Englishman. And in order to stay subjects of King George, they would have had to have been able to accept the idea that because they were in the colonies and not in the homeland of England, they would have to accept the idea of being Englishmen who were second-class Englishmen. As Englishmen, they couldn't do that. And it was out of this shared sense of grievance as Englishmen, out of the idea that as Englishmen, you can't be a second-class Englishman, that they forged a completely new identity as Americans. And that shared sense of grievance, which forged that new identity, was one of the most profound and important changes in social and political consciousness that the world has ever known. Because as Englishmen, they could not accept the idea of being second-class Englishmen. They became Americans. And they created a new nation. It was a real revolution. It was an extraordinary revolution.